right, good morning, good afternoon, good night. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Max, aka Hair Guy Blondie. I'm gonna move this coffee mug out of the way here because it's in my way here, and I'm drinking actually a cup of coffee right now. I have my Metallica Kill Them All mug. So if this means I worship the devil now and pray to Satan, I guess this is what this means. But I wanted to do a video today. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. I know that everyone who listens to heavy metal music, a lot of people don't worship the devil when they listen to heavy. I like heavy metal music. I don't worship the devil, okay? I was joking. Don't get offended. If you're into heavy metal music, welcome. Okay, I'm not trying to make fun of heavy metal music. I love heavy metal music. That's what I'm trying to say. But listen, guys, I wanted to do a video today on social anxiety out in public and really my experience with it. I talk a lot about my experience with anxiety, OCD on this channel, but this is actually kind of like a story kind of video. So I'm at work, and our work, we have a social committee, and our social committee, we plan events, we do stuff. Now, I will say this, I'm pretty much the super quiet one in the office. I don't really talk to a lot of people, and the people that I do talk to on the regular, it's like 4 or 5 coworkers. Everyone else, I kind of just, I keep it casual for the most part, and I will be honest with everyone on this. When the first year I started working at my job, when I first got my first job ever, still there, um, I, uh, I really tried to hide the fact that I had an intellectual disability. So much so that I was hiding that fact about me. Now, having a disability, like it's not part of your personality. It is and it isn't. It doesn't make up who you are fully, but it is part of your DNA if you do have an intellectual disability. So I I really tried to hide the fact that I was intellectually disabled, like to the point where I was like trying really hard when things weren't working out, or if I made a mistake at work, I would try to hide the fact that I was having a hard time understanding certain things about what people were saying to me. Like I would just have a lot of trouble with that. And listen, I know that really, like, you don't need to tell people that you're intellectually disabled, but when you have trouble learning or have trouble understanding complex information like your boy does here, it can be pretty bad if you don't say that at first. And the fact that I hid it for a good year, and then when things personally in my life I was struggling with started to bleed into my work life, I noticed that one, this is toxic. Two, my intellectual disability is coming out, with my struggles just personally and work related. That it was, I think some of my coworkers, I believe, were kind of like were kind of like shocked or surprised that they were seeing this side of me that I really tried to hide for a year, because I do get easily frustrated. I am easily angered a lot of the time. I have OCD, I have anxiety. I have trouble managing my emotions on the regular sometimes. I get fixated on stupid stuff, and I'm really just a socially anxious and just person outside the office, uh, out in public. I'm just very, it's hard for me to settle down. And the only time I actually feel settled, or at least kind of at a normal state, is when I'm home or in my room, or just even with my parents going out. That's the only time I feel like I'm actually safe, because I'm worried about people looking at me. I'm worried about people judging me, and I have I have a hard time with those inner thoughts and inner things that I'm thinking inside my head. Um, and I'm gonna be honest. Today was like a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I get on the bus today, going to work, and there's this woman who's I'm sitting in the two-sided spots, and there's a woman who's walking ahead of me, and she's sitting in that same section and same section. Oh my God, just behind me, and she accidentally just touched the back of my coat, and I was kind of like, I wasn't freaked out, but I'm very like sensitive. Um, I just spilled coffee over my pajamas, guys. Oh my God, what the hell is going on? I'm talking too fast. Sorry. I'm rushing this. Sorry about that. But like, I'm very sensitive to touch, and I know that shit happens on the bus. You accidentally touch someone's coat or whatever, like that shit happens. You're taking public transit, that's gonna happen. But to get a glimpse about what I'm feeling about everything is that I'm so hypersensitive about everything that even that little thing can kind of set me off for a little bit. And then a little bit further into my first bus ride, there's this kid who gets on, and he has sat beside me a few times. And this time, every time he has sat beside me, he is sat hunched over and on his phone, and he has this big, bulky backpack that pushes into me. And luckily, there was a woman behind him who said, sit proper, and he actually got his shit together, his act together. So I was happy about that because I have tried saying something in the past and he completely ignores me, and I try to be nice about it, but this time I was like, Jesus man, come on. But that's just me. And so just little instances like that can just make me feel like, can tilt my day weirdly for me. And then like when I get to work and I'm doing my morning regular routines where I empty out the dishwashers, I kind of get, there's some moments where I feel like I'm going too fast, and or I'm going too slow, and then I don't know, just little things throughout like getting to work, or if something happens that gives me anxiety, it can just set off a lot of these OCD feelings, these anxiety thoughts, just all this shit running through my brain. And we were going out today as a social committee group with the rest of the coworkers, whoever wanted to join us, and we were going out to grab some lunch. And luckily, I was off the clock because I work part time and I don't need to go back in and go back to work. I had to do one thing, and that was just put paper into the printing machine. So my job was pretty much done. So I was like, okay, I'm off the clock, so I'll go. So I go with my coworkers, and we walk to get some lunch, and I'm sitting beside I'm sitting across from someone that I barely speak with, and it's one of my coworkers, and her and I don't really talk that much. Her and I don't really like have a lot of conversations, and you know I have said this before on my YouTube channel. With me and women, I'm very awkward. I'm very nervous, and I'm very shy around women. So she did, I will give her credit, she did include me into the conversation, which I felt like really kind of, I thought that was really nice and kind of friendly to do, because I am the shy one in the office. I am the kind of the cry one, keeps to himself, loner, and I don't like being in public settings, really stresses me out. And so she brought me into the conversation about walking and exercising. She asked what I got to eat. I got a chili hot dog. I got a Detroit style hot dog with chili, cheddar cheese, onions, and it was just, it was amazing. And so that was nice. She also got me a glass of water. She was asking if anybody wanted a glass of water, and I said, yeah, I would love one. And Yeah, I don't know why, but I overthink when I said thank you. She did acknowledge me when I said thank you. She nodded her head, but I felt like I needed to say it again because I didn't really feel like that was a good response. And then maybe that's just my anxiety, but I get so anxious over the littlest things, and then I can't stop thinking about it on the way back to the office when I just needed to put the printing paper away, and when I'm on the bus headed home or walking home after I get off my bus. Like I don't know why I get to the point where I'm overthinking the littlest things to the point that it stresses me out. And I just kept thinking, oh my God, is everyone at work upset with me? Does everyone hate me? Just like these are the thoughts that go into my brain. And I don't know if it's just because I'm talking to someone that I barely know at work, so it makes it a little bit more awkward for me or more socially daunting. But God damn it, I gotta learn. I gotta sit with people I actually talk with. I can't be sitting across from people. I mean, it's good to talk to people that you don't normally talk to, but the last few times, like I gotta sit with more people that I know because I just get so socially stuck in a place where my anxiety just drives me to go crazy, and I am trying my best to maintain it and get it under control, but it's I don't know, it's just little things throughout the day. The start of my morning while I was, headed to work, when I was putting the utensils away from the dishwasher, when I was putting the utensils away, when I was emptying out the dishwasher, just just little moments can all add up to make me have a pretty anxious day. And I don't know, I just get on edge sometimes and I can't relax. So I mean, I know I talked about in the past on my YouTube videos about just anxiety and having that, but like this is something like seriously that I deal with on a daily basis, and not just at work and not out in public with my coworkers. Like this is something like I can go somewhere with anyone or with anything, and even though I feel safer if I'm going with someone with people that I know and trust, there's still that sense like, oh my God, are these people judge me? Are these people looking at me? Am I like, I'll have moments even at the Forks today where I don't know where to look. I'm not really talking to anyone, so I'll just look at in the same kind of four spots, and then I'm like, and you don't want to accidentally purposely stare at someone for too long, and then I'm like thinking in my head, oh my God, are those people judging me? Are they looking at me? Are they going to talk to me? Are they going to come up to me? Like I get all these weird thoughts, all these anxious thoughts, and all these things going and spiraling in my brain that I can't calm myself down sometimes. And it makes being out in public so daunting for me. And there is a luxury to the point where I am comfortable enough that I do feel safe at work, but still when you're going out and about with coworkers that you don't normally talk with, and you're trying to be a little bit more, because you don't want to be like awkward to the point where it's weird, and you don't want to be quiet to the point where it looks creepy, but when you're going out into the public world and you're trying to talk to people that you don't normally talk to, it can make it the first few times to be so awkward. And I still feel like this is going to be something that I struggle with going forward at more work events or just things happening in my life. I still feel like I'm going to have that part of me, of my brain, that won't shut up, but I don't know. That's just me. Maybe there's someone out there who stumbled upon this video and has some anxiety like I do, and you guys can maybe relate to what I'm talking about here. But I will say that Detroit style hot dog that I got was really good. I didn't even throw my stuff in the garbage. I just left it on the table. I'm like, oh shit, time to leave. Because I know if there's one thing that I know about me, I'll forget something like right as soon as we leave. And thank God I had my satchel with me. I had everything with me. But still, like that's scary. Like if you're easily distracted like me, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna leave this here because there's people who will clean up I'm just gonna take my shit and leave. And that's how I think. But still, though, being out in public and not really chatting with anyone. I was sharing one of my coworkers' French fries, and I was like, I'm just gonna take this and eat this. Yeah, the French fries are actually really delicious. But anyway, that's all I have. I am kind of rambling now, and it's not making any sense. The moral of the story is, if you suffer from anxiety, can you relate to this video? Do you struggle with the same shit that I struggle with? Because yeah, I find it really hard, and I'll probably share more anxious stories and more awkward stories on my YouTube channel because, let's be honest, it's kind of funny to look back at it later and look at it through a better lens and be like, oh, it wasn't actually that bad. It's fine, but I don't know, that's just me. But anyway, if you happen to stumble upon this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy this type of content, I do usually hair growth and beard growth videos, monthly update videos. Every month, I also do videos related on those subjects, and I also talk about myself and anxiety, OCD, just subjects, just randomness, just everyday life shit that people can probably relate to and understand with at a certain level. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Like I said, have a great day. And maybe leave a comment, leave a like, okay? Maybe if you're new, hit the subscribe button. Who knows? I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm not making money off these videos. I'm just a guy with an iPad camera recording a video in his room talking about anxiety, and the video quality looks kind of shitty. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.